Today, the fold-upable, the screw-upable, the amazing 3D printed chessboard. Lovely. You've sunk my battleship. Wow, it's cold up in the attic. Hello and welcome back to Bonkers Engineering. Primarily this video today, the flexible chessboard. Having watched the Queens Gambit on Netflix, it re-infused me to play chess. I actually went on chess.com, where you can actually play free chess against live people. Even if you have no experience of playing chess, it has full online training and all that kind of stuff. Look, this isn't an advert about chess.com. I'm not getting paid to do that. I couldn't help myself but design and make a foldable or collapsible 3D printed chessboard, and this is it right here, and you can just sort of screw it up. It's made out of hard plastic PLA prints. I've seen them on Thingiverse, and I thought to myself, a lot of these chessboards have got like sort of jigsaw style pieces that fit together. I thought I wanted to do something different. I was chatting with David Watts. I don't know if you're David Watts. Well worth following David Watts' channel if you're into deep electronics. David Watts is a lovely guy and quite educational to watch. David Watts came up with a couple of good ideas on Twitter, and I was just sort of thinking about it for a couple of days, and I just thought, I want something that is like travel chess, that you can just sort of fold up into a small space and take it in the car with you. And it doesn't take a lot of space in your camper van, for instance. And, you know, ultimately, that's what I've ended up with. This here is a complete chessboard, hand-painted chess pieces. So I printed it out of black and red PLA. I've designed it such that the elastic can go through in every direction. One piece of 2-meter elastic just goes all the way through this board. Let me go ahead and show you how I came up with this design on Shaper 3D and how I built it and how I made these chess pieces. Copy, copy, copy. So I make multiple copies of my designs so that if I screw something up, I can easily go back to a previous edition. So these are the chess pieces that I designed. And you can see here that, that we have holes that are a little bit further down. If I make that bigger for you, you can see here that we've got holes that are a little bit further down on one side than holes on the other side. But this effectively prints half a chessboard. My printer is 200 by 200, something along those lines. So this prints inside, quite happily inside a 200 by 200 print bed. So that is the chessboard, relatively easy. And actually, if you look here, we've got these ever so slight detents which just hold those chess pieces in place. So let's have a quick look at the actual chess pieces themselves. And here is a full set, again, a full set of chess pieces, which are easily printed in a couple of hours. So what I did is I found a bunch of GIFs on Google and I imported them into Shaper 3D as pictures, and then I sort of sketched around the outside of those GIFs and I inlaid those into simple little circular pucks. Yes, I said pucks. But there it is, it's really that simple. Right, let's show you how to put all of this stuff together, how to assemble it, and then we can have some fun playing chess for a few seconds. The benefits of having a flexible, magnetic build bed on your printer, now that you can start to get underneath these little tiny chess pieces, these little tiny parts of the chessboard, and pop them off. Look at these. Beautiful. Vicky, my wonderful wifey, found some very fine, sort of almost fishing line type thread here. She gave me a needle. What I'm doing is I'm proceeding to push that through the tiles on the board here, so that I can sort of tighten it together. I'll do it probably here and maybe in the middle, and that should, in theory, be good enough. The rest of it should just hold itself together. And then when you crumple this board up and throw it in its box, or fold it over and throw it in its box, when you unfold it, it should just sort of spring back into place and be ready for action. That's cool. Right then, are you ready for this? How awesome is that? Straight out there. Damn it, I managed to break. Right, knot came undone.
Sunk my battleship.
These ideas sort of brew in the evening when I'm led in bed next to my wife. I know I should probably be doing other things, shouldn't I? Anyway, the fact of the matter is I sit there and I'm engineering stuff in my head as we're lying in bed in the evening sometimes. I just can't help it. It just happens. Talking of engineering stuff, so, and talking of 3D printing as well, as you may or may not have noticed, if you've been keeping up with my Twitter stuff, I've been working on 3D printed battery connectors for, this would be a Makita battery, for instance. I've got them designed for Black & Decker because that's my go-to range here at the house. A friend of mine from Ireland kindly sent me a Parkside, which is Lidl's brand battery, and said, can you make a little electrical connector for that? So I've done that. So Pat, those will be in the post to you shortly, mate. Thanks very much for the battery. Really appreciate that. I've also got here WorkZone battery, which is the Aldi range. And for Christmas, the dubious engineer got a new toy, and it involves DeWalt, and this is a DeWalt lithium-ion cell. So in the very near future, I'm going to have quite an extensive range of 3D printed battery covers, connectors effectively, that will give you the ability to be able to power your projects. Anyway, I'm going to sell the big arcade machine, and I'm working on making a smaller arcade machine for the wife. The big one just takes up too much room in our tiny little house. So I'm working on an arcade machine for the wife that is going to be powered by, yes, you've guessed it, power tool batteries. So that's going to be a fun project. We're going to make use of the router, the inverted router that's out in the shed, if we get a day when it's not raining or snowing. So we'll be building stuff out of wood. We'll be making use of my new DeWalt tool. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I bet you can probably guess, but I love it. As always, thanks ever so much for watching. Don't forget, thumbs up, stay clean, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers and beers, people. Take care. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.